Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today is the first video of a series on working with a designer. From the initial research process until site launch, I will give you all the basic info. In today's video, I will discuss what to look for in a freelance designer or design agency. Before we get started, please hit the subscribe button to receive notifications of new uploads to the channel. All right, so let's get started. Before working with a designer or design agency or digital marketing agency, I would strongly advise any small business owner to do research. Think about your own needs for the business, what purpose you want the website to serve, and things like that. Once you've identified that, seek out designers that could potentially have the skills to fulfill that purpose for you. However, there are a few basic skills that every designer should have, kind of like foundational skills. Today, I'll tell you what they are, and this is what you should be looking for. So let's talk about design layout skills. What does that mean? When we look at a website, we see the colors and all the branding with fonts and typography, but there are layouts that make the design more appealing to the eye. The average person may not notice it, but it's on a very subconscious level, I guess. But things like padding and spacing play a major role in design. It gives the viewer a glimpse at white space and seeing the information on the site without it being so crowded or giving it that crowded look. So the second skill a designer must have is SEO skills. The digital space is another world. If newspaper and billboard advertising is what we see in the physical world, then SEO is what we see in the digital world. It's how you are found online. Google and other search engines use power of SEO to send your online presence into the world. Every designer should have that skill, and agency should have an SEO specialist. Without going into deeper detail, SEO will be the driving force of your website. The third skill designers should have is a structured design process. This process can vary from person to person, but there should be clear details about the process and what you will receive as a client. Communication is a major key here, as the designer or agency should have frequent talks with you about the progress of the website build. As a client, you shouldn't be left in the dark, and you should have some type of access to ask questions. The designer or agency should also have knowledge of QA and website testing. After the site is built, it only makes sense to make sure the site works, right? Sometimes the task is outsourced, but either way, your site should go through testing for performance and site speed, making sure all the forms and buttons are working correctly. And if there are any complicated plugins or coding or things like that, those should be tested as well and tested in depth. In addition to that, there should be a plan for debugging or troubleshooting issues if you are signing up with a maintenance plan. So that maintenance plan could be from month to month, but if you're signing up for that, you should have those testing in place. Again, while you should conduct more research, these are the 4 basic skills a designer or agency should have before working on a site. The most important thing is to make sure your needs as a client and business owner are reasonably met. Very short today, but thank you for tuning in. And again, don't forget to subscribe to get more content like this. Until next time, take care.